It is June 8th, 2020, and we would like to welcome you to our special call board meeting. It is now 8 a.m. Do I hear a motion to enter into a special call meeting of the Board of Trustees?
Madam Chair, I move that the board enter into a special called meeting of the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Ms. Green. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Oswald. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries and it is unanimous. I would like to notify you that we are meeting today in compliance with the governor's orders and the CDC COVID-19 recommendations regarding social distancing and other precautions. The auditorium will be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized before and after this board meeting. Board members will take part in social distancing by maintaining a safe social distance from any other board member. And we would like to notify you that the district is in compliance with the South Carolina Freedom of Information Act and that we have notified the media of the date, time, and place of this meeting. We would also like to notify you that the district tapes the meeting for accuracy in preparing the minutes. The meeting will be recorded and a video of the meeting posted to the district's YouTube channel, Lexington One video site, and our own website. At this time, I would like to ask Ms. Green if she will serve as temporary secretary since Dr. Powers could not join us this morning. Ms. Green, are you okay with that? Okay. Board, you have an agenda in front of you. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anderson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Oswald. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries and it is unanimous. Board, we have an action item in front of us today. Do I hear a motion to move the Board of Trustees board meeting from June 16th, 2020 to June 23rd, 2020?
Madam Chair, I move the board change the Board of Trustees regularly scheduled meeting from June 16th, 2020 to June 23rd, 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Do I have a second? Second. Thank you, Ms. Green. Dr. Little, you want to just walk us through why we're making this change? Because it's very rare for us to change our regularly scheduled board meetings.
Yes, ma'am. And again, I apologize for the need to do this, but I think I was talking to Ms. Green, and she said that she would rather consolidate some of these things into one meeting instead of two meetings. And of course, the goal there was to try to do that on the 16th. And as I've continued to try to get all the work done and get all the time, need a little additional time here and there for the budget and for the launching plan. And then we heard, I want to say late last week, that the South Carolina guidelines for the relaunch will also be out sometime in mid-June. And the General Assembly also comes back in mid-June to talk about the CARES Act. And so even if we did our meeting on June 16th, we might be meeting without the latest information. Mm-hmm. And I've talked to Mr. Salters, and yes, in the fall, most likely we're going to have to do a budget amendment anyway. But if they approve something at the CARES Act that actually changes something about our budget, I'd like to incorporate that into the third reading. And if there's a guideline or something that changes what our plan would be, it would also give us time for that as well. So again, while this is not standard operating procedure, if we can move it back a week, we give the public plenty of time to let them know that it's happening. And I think it'll help us out a lot to get all this information together.
Sounds good. Board, do you have any questions or comments for Dr. Little or Mr. Salters? Okay, hearing none, we'll take a vote. All in favor of moving the board meeting from June 16th, 2020 to June 23rd, 2020, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion carries and it is unanimous. Board 5.0, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Oswald. All in favor, please stand up. Thank you, guys.